Yeah, still a little sore today. I mean, shoot, not much different than other weeks, but this point in the year, yeah, still dealing with a little soreness. So hopefully we can get that flushed out throughout the week.
Think you'll be good to play this week?
That's the goal. I'm doing everything I can to be out there. Like it's in the past, and I've gotten banged up in the past. So just try to do everything I can during the week to prepare myself to play Sunday, and just put as much time as possible into that and getting healthy. So that's the way my mind is right now.
Is it different when it's the non-throwing shoulder versus throwing shoulder from last year?
I mean, everything's different. You got to take all things into consideration. Obviously, different injuries, if it's throwing shoulder or not, affect you differently, and how much you're able to limit things and how much you're able to do. It really does affect it. So, I mean, you just got to kind of take everything into consideration and really prepare this week to go play and to get back healthy and all those things.
Do you kick yourself for going head first there when you go back and look at it?
I mean, it's football. You're playing fast. You're reacting, and obviously you can go back and look at everything that happens and overanalyze it. And it's just the game. It happens fast, and stuff happens. It's a physical game. So not really, but obviously you want to avoid all the unnecessary hits when you can.
What did you learn last year about playing hurt and how much time you need on the practice field to be your best on Sunday?
Yeah, I've learned a lot, through my few years of just dealing with injuries as the season goes on. And what's the best way to do that? How to still prepare and get the right amount of work in that you need to get. And every injury is different too. So there's sometimes you can get more work in than other weeks. So I think all those things have a factor in it. But yeah, I've been through it, so I think I have some experience, and I know what I felt like helped me in the past. I know what I felt like I maybe lacked or needed more of from past experience too. So. Yeah, it's part of this business, part of this game. Everybody has to find their own way to work through injuries and to get themselves ready to play on Sunday.
Do you think that this will basically come down to how you'll feel on Friday?
I'm not going to put a day on it of when when a decision will be made, or not necessarily a timeline on that. I think just want to be able to feel comfortable and feel like I can play my best and give everything I need to help our team win. So I think that's what the decision comes down to at the end of the day. So that's where my mind is and what I'm thinking about and what's best for the team, obviously myself too, but ultimately for the team, and what gives us the best shot to win on Sunday. So I think all those things play a factor for sure.
Good to have CJ back?
Yeah, great to have CJ back. Obviously that's my buddy, known him had been here with me for most of my career, and it's nice to have him back in the building. I know he's excited, and our whole room is great, honestly. All the guys, John Rice, Mac, we all fit together pretty well. So it's been great, and then obviously adding him to that again is a guy that I know and have experience with and does a good job, and I think everybody fits in really seamlessly.
What does the Minnesota defense do that just makes things hard on quarterbacks?
It's really good. There are different game plans for different offenses they play and the way they adjust, and it seems like they can get to so many different things as a defense. They can give you a lot of different presentations. Their pressure packages are pretty detailed, and there's a lot of it. So just the ability, I think that they can get to so many different things, and you're not sure what they're going to do that game. Obviously, they have things that they've done throughout the season that you can tell they like to do, and it's part of their defense. But beyond that, they have a lot of wrinkles. They stress the quarterback for sure with different protection things. They stress the O-line with different looks up front. And then they just play really well together. Usually, or a lot of times when teams do that, there's some holes in the back end. And, of course, with pressures there always is, but it seems like they do a really good job of knowing where the issues are, covering up, getting there, play really good in space. Their back end does a good job of disguising coverages. I mean, there's a lot of things that they do really well. You can tell they're well coached and they're all playing together.
You were pretty critical of yourself after the game Sunday. I'm just curious, when you went back and looked at the game and everything, what did you see that maybe you could have improved on, or what sort of went wrong?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something that I heard a long time ago that I think is true. Really, no matter the situation, it's never as bad as you think. It's never as good as you think. When you go back and watch the tape, there's been times where I felt like I played great, felt like we played great as an offense. You go back and watch it, and you're like, we made some plays, but there's still some issues, and because it's never perfect. And then there's times where you're feeling real crappy after a game, and you go back and watch it, and a lot of times it's really not as bad as you thought. Obviously, there's plays out there. I think the biggest frustration for me is there's plays out there that I know I can make, especially early in the game, just putting us in position to get a rhythm, to get going as an offense, to get some first downs, just to get some momentum. that I felt like I left out there. You know, obviously just taking care of the ball. And I think there's different situations that come up, and not trying to beat myself up on too much. Like, things happen in games, and there's going to be plays that unfold and don't go your way. The ball bounces up in the air on the one play at the end of half, and you know, there's plays like that you can't control everything, but there are plays at the end of the game where I feel like the last one maybe I could have done something different, put the ball in a different location, or kind of moved on. And so there's things that you look back on, and there's plays I want back for sure. So, you know, disappointing, but now we're here Wednesday getting ready for the Vikings and excited for this challenge. It's a really good defense, really good team, and you know, we got to have a great week of prep to go get a win this weekend.
Did you,
I got
question.
one more too. Go ahead.
It's Eugene and Mark.
All right.
How do you and your teammates, particularly as the season gets late and things aren't going your way, stay with the grind and keep going after it when you're not getting the kind of results that you want?
It's no different approach than if you're doing well. Honestly, I mean, I think it's harder in the sense of the frustration piece. Obviously, you want the results and you want to be in a different position and you want to have more wins than we have right now. But there's really nothing else for us to do than to go to work. You know, we can't you can't just get frustrated, and like, we have a job to do. At the end of the day, it's to do everything we can do in our power as players, as coaches, as a team, to go win on Sunday. And you know, unfortunately, we haven't gotten that result enough this year. But there's still a lot of football left, and so we have to keep doing that every week to go win a game on Sunday against a good team. So you can't let the frustration creep late into the week and affect your preparation and affect the amount of work you put in to go get this one, because it doesn't get any easier. And this league is, every team you play is good. Anybody can beat you. You know, it doesn't let up. So you have to prepare the same way every week to give yourself a shot. So, and I think we've done a good job of doing that. Obviously, you know, not trying to make it sound like everything's going perfect. Obviously, it's not. You know, we haven't gotten the wins we want, but I think the team has been pretty resilient in the way we prepare, the way we work. I thought we've had good, hard weeks of practice, and we just got to carry it over and be a little bit cleaner on Sunday and find a way to win.
Washington scored on a play called Taylor Swift a few weeks ago. Doug's obviously famous with Philly Special. Do you have any insight? Do you have any input in naming plays that you guys come up with?
Not really. I mean, there's been some plays that come up where, you know, coaches can't think of a clever word that makes sense, that goes with the concept or something, and some we'll have a say in some of that. But usually they come up with the names and they think of something, and you know, we've had stuff in for a while that's maybe it's special plays or something like that, and so we've had stuff that's old that comes back up, and it's like it's been in for a few years. So no, I haven't had much input into the names of some of those.
Do you guys have a lot of historical names on your play sheet?
Historical names.
No? Yes,
Like-
no?
Like what would be? I mean, former player.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a good mix of stuff. A lot of former players. Everything is related to something. So it all ties back in, and there's a lot that we got a lot. So I'm trying to think of everything we got. We got a lot in the bag. That's one. Yes, we do.
Marino?
So I'm not going into all my plays. Y'all gonna get me in trouble. All right, we good? Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thanks.